So let's talk about changing a hard drive inside of a Mac, and it could be pretty tricky. So I want to make sure we follow these directions perfectly. So the first thing you do is you take the Mac, you put it on its back, and you have to be able to take this glass off. And what you're going to want to do is get one of these suctions here. You can get these at Home Depot. You take this suction, press it on there, and then suction it up, and then you can pull the glass right off without any screws or anything like that, and then you'll pull it right out. Right after that, you're going to have to be able to take this front glass off, and you're going to need the special screwdriver. And you can see that it's more like an Allen wrench, a small Allen wrench, and there's going to be these screws up at the top of the monitor that you're going to go ahead and screw those out. And make sure that when you're taking these screws out, make sure you have like a little bowl or something like that that you can put them in, because you don't want to lose any of these little pieces. If you lose any of these little pieces, you can't really put it together right. You have the screen falling out. So just make sure, and you're going to go all the way around from both sides taking those out. I don't really have to show you taking all of them out, but you get the idea. So the next thing you're going to see me doing is lifting it up very easily, and I want to be extra careful, so because now that I took those screws out, the front can just fall out. So I want to make sure I'm very careful with this. And so I'm going to use a spatula and get in the gaps and lightly pull the screen from the edge out of its base. And the reason why I say that is because this screen has wires attached to the back that if you pull it out too far, you can break those wires. So you want to make sure that you're pulling this out evenly and softly. You don't want to pull it out too hard, because there's about 3 wires back there that we're going to have to detach before we're able to completely pull it off. And so when you look, there's a wire right there. You can see it's attached with, it's very thin wire that's attached, and that's the one we're going to have to remove. And basically you just slide that out and it goes straight to the monitor, and I believe that's the heatsink, but it goes straight to the monitor, and it's very easy to put out, but it's very easily broken. So you want to pull it from the edge and then pull it out. And as you can see, as I pull it out, there's another wire that's attached directly to the motherboard, and I'm going to just detach that from the sides. There's clips on the side of that one that will attach. So now I'm going to detach the third wire and then pull it out of its base. And there it is. And you can see those wires, the 3 wires there. The next thing I'm going to end up doing is removing the hard drive by unscrewing those screws on the hard drive frame. So there's a frame that actually keeps the hard drive stable on the back of the computer, and you want to detach those. And when you do that, the hard drive comes out fairly easily, and then you want to go ahead and detach the data wires and the power cable from the back of that hard drive. After you do that, you go ahead and take the little pins out of, first detach the frame, because you're going to need that for your new hard drive. Next, you're going to place those pins, place the frame back on the new hard drive, attach the new hard drive with the data wire and the data cable and the power cable, and you go ahead and screw that back in. So we're going to slide it into the bottom plate first, and then we leave it partially open so we can reattach the wires back to the way we had them before. Those, we're going to replace those wires, put those wires back to the exact same places that we had them before. And they're pretty obvious because they're all different sizes. There's a very tiny one. And to replace the first wire I took out that attached to the monitor, I'm going to use these tweezers. Because that wire is so thin and small, in order to put them in a slot, you're going to need these tweezers to be able to do that. After everything is reattached, you're set. Turn on your computer, and now you have a new hard drive. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any comments, go ahead and leave them in the section below.